Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the
Love of
Anything
my
Goes podcast.
life,
I missed you.
motherfucker.
How you been? I got the little turban
I
Muslim
feel like I'm
vibe going on.
talking. I feel like you are impersonated right now. I feel like you're
Yeah,
in jail, and I'm
I'm
talking
serving.
to my imprisonment. But I'm talking
I'm.
to planes right now.
I look like Tory Lanez.
Right now, yes, you do. You got the whole outfit on. I mean, he's a little skinnier, but you
Nah,
look
nah, nah.
fat as
Usually when those skinny guys. Okay, so this is how it goes. When fat guys go to jail, they come out skinny. Gucci Mane.
no, they don't. No, they don't.
When fat guys go to jail, they come out skinny.
No,
Gucci
they don't.
Mane.
No, they don't.
Gucci Mane 100% came out mad skinny.
They come out like they look buff. They come out buff as fuck.
Well, that's skinny. Going from a fat piece of shit to like a better body.
Skinny. Oh.
And then when skinny guys go to jail, they come back fat. Fat Tory Lanez.
If you come out fat from jail, you enjoy jail way too much, and you need to look at your life.
Yeah, that means you were fucking.
How
They'll
do you
come out.
come out fat from jail people food?
Have you
What
seen
do they
what those
even
people
serve
eat?
in jail? Like mashed potatoes,
No, they come out fat from like all the commissary they eat.
bro. I'm
Like
hungry.
you never seen videos of like guys making meals from jail.
No,
You've never seen those videos. Yo, it's my TikTok is insane. But there's videos of guys like they come home from jail and they're like, yeah, now I'm gonna show you how I was chefing it up in jail. They'll fucking and they'll use the same kind of utensils in their house that they would be giving in jail. So it's like jail people in jail don't get like plastic forks or cutlery or whatever. So they
you know
use like
what's
these ID cards to like cut up sausages and shit.
what's sad is my only jail videos come from Drewski. Remember that video from Drewski where he was like his boys is in jail, but it's not really his boys. It's like his fake boys in
Yeah,
jail, and they cut up like food and have a good time.
but
That's my
but but
Drewski.
but that's it. So like
But what
they
do they
fucking
eat though?
they'll heat up like ramen noodles in like a bag.
You can't get fat off of that though.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
If you eat that every day, if you have good money for commissary, hell yeah.
Nah, bro. How am I a college graduate? You just said commissary. I don't even know what that means. Spell it.
This is not about me. This is about you.
Spell it.
Can't spell commissary. COMS.
Anyways,
Anyway, yeah,
Jonah Hill, asshole or not?
I don't think so. I don't think
Why?
so.
I hate that you said
Uh,
I agree with you, but I gotta be the devil's advocate on this because we're doing the podcast and we want to get people to listen to
so
us.
I feel like one that's her partner, right? And I feel like in her texts, she was just like, "Hey, I was trying to like convey my point to him about how he's kind of being like unfair and misogynistic just between the two of us, and he's not getting my point. So let me go to the internet and bring light to it." But really, all that does is bring like negative opinion into your relationship that shouldn't even be there. Also, don't think he was being 100. I wouldn't classify him as being misogynistic. I would classify him as being like insecure. I think
Why?
that's like an insecure thing, because at
Insecure?
first,
Wait, insecure for stating what you're comfortable with?
but that's the thing. If you state that from the beginning, and it's not clear if he has ever had that conversation with her from the beginning, like when they started dating, that that's not what he's really comfortable with his significant other posting while they're together.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't been like clearly said. But if it is a case of like, obviously when you see a girl or outside or even on Instagram, the first thing that attracts you to that person is their looks. So she posts a conversation of between them when he was first trying to talk to her, and he's like, "Oh, you look good. I like this picture, like in that picture," and it's the same kind of pictures that he has a problem with now that they're in a relationship. So I feel like in the beginning stages of a relationship, you kind of get attracted to the physical, and then you develop an emotional, intellectual connection. So once you establish that, I feel like within developing an intellectual connection, if you see yourself being with this person for the long term, then I feel like that's when you have to say like, hey, like I understand we're in this talking stage and we're kind of figuring out what we are if we're going to proceed to go forward and like make a big relationship out of this. I kind of don't like X, Y, and Z. I kind of don't like the kind of pictures that you have posted, and I kind of don't want you posting those kind of things while we're together. And
So I was listening to this podcast. It's called the Rory and Maul podcast.
uh-huh.
And there was this girl on the podcast. They were talking about the subject, and she said that it was emotional manipulation on his part because he said this after she fell for him, after she got in love with him and like already gave her heart to him. Did he state that these were my boundaries? He didn't say this before they got together. He waited till this girl fell for him, gave her heart to him, and then that's when he was like, "Yo,
So
these are my boundaries.
would you
This is
give
what
would,
it is.
would
This
you
is
give
what
your
it is."
would you go
Mhm.
in deep and explain your boundaries to a stranger?
I would do it. You know what?
Especially if you're the type of person that is not that has maybe has some kind of self-esteem issues or like uh yeah, self-esteem issues, kind of not comfortable with yourself kind of person. Do you think a person like that would
No,
come out right away and say what their boundaries are?
no. If they're dealing with what you just said, then no. Ideally, in a perfect world, you should say that on the first date, so you get it out.
Yeah,
And
that's what I would do. I mean, and
but
not saying that
but
I would say that at first, but like if that question was brought up, I kind of be a straight shooter about it.
I'm a Jonah Hill. Personally, me. I'm talking about me, Dave Echeverria, the greatest person on earth besides Drake.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd probably wait till like the third or fourth date because I'm a super insecure individual. I'm gonna tell you that right now, straight up. 3-point shot, Drake, LeBron. I'm a super individual. I'm super. Yeah, I wouldn't bring it up on the first date. I don't know how anybody. If you are super secure to bring up your insecurities on a first date, I'll say that. If you are super, like, if you bring up your insecurities on a first date, you are super secure. Like you are.
Yeah, I feel like
And I want.
even in my shoes, like I wouldn't bring up those things unless like I was explicitly asked about it. Like if
Hey,
somebody's like,
can I shut our podcast spans for like 10 seconds?
yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
I'm sweating for you. Look at this. Look at all these sweat.
That
I
means
can't put on.
That means the gears are turning, bro.
It's turning. I can't turn on my fan because that would fucking mess up the audio to this
Why don't
episode.
you just like drop the blazer, yo?
No, because it's season 2. Fucking season 2 of what's gonna be the greatest season of podcast history. I'm gonna leave my fucking suit on. I respect everybody, and if I die sweating on this episode, and then so be it. But
Yeah.
as we was talking about that shit, what are we talking about?
Being super
Like,
secure and when would
yeah, if
you?
I was super secure, I would let that go on the first date. But let's be honest here. There's nobody on this planet super secure. I don't care if you're fucking confident as fuck. You're not super secure to let your insecurities go on a first date. You're not. So
Yeah, I don't think anybody's doing that, honestly.
no, you're not. There's no way. So you're letting that go on the third or fourth date. Because you're not letting that go on the second date. Fuck the first date. You're not letting that go on the second date.
Yeah, no.
You super insecure. You're letting it go on a third date and a fourth date. Hey, this is what I'm comfortable with. And this is how it is. Then it's up to the woman or the man, whoever you're dating at the time, to be like, hey, okay.
So I got
This
a
is what
question
I'm gonna go. This is what I want to go with. And you know what? If I'm comfortable with it, then we're gonna continue dating. But
Yeah.
if I'm not comfortable with it, then we're not going to continue dating.
Yeah.
I don't consider that emotionally manipulating. I don't. I
Yeah.
think that's strong on the person's part to even admit that they're either secure or insecure with what is being
Yeah.
they're
I just
saying.
I just think that the aftermath of it, or the bringing it to light the way that she did, is not. I feel like there's no way to get a positive out of that. You know what I'm saying? When you bring something like that to the internet, you kind of just open the door for negative opinion. You know what I mean? So
But
it's
yeah,
like,
she only did it after like they were dating for 2 years.
mhm.
She didn't say this. She didn't
Aren't they
say this
also
two
having
years
like
ago.
they're having like a kid
No,
together
no,
too,
no,
right?
no. He's engaged and like he has a whole thing with a whole other woman.
Oh, I thought this was the same person. Holy
No,
shit.
no, 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 no. He has a whole thing with a whole. That's the thing. That's where I'm like, why are you saying this when he has something with a whole other woman? It makes it look so like fugazi and shit.
Yeah, now
Like
now that
why?
you're now that you're busting it down to me.
Yeah, like why didn't you bring it up when you guys were dating or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, that could be the reason why they broke up. But it's
It could
still.
be,
But like,
but
if
like,
you didn't talk about it then, why talk about it?
and then that brings us to cancel culture, and that's a whole other conversation. Because you know how you feel about Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, that dude,
That's your boy.
that dude is funny, bro. Like,
That's your boy.
I'm the type of person that could separate the art from the artist. So
I don't know how
that's
you can. I can't.
that's.
I was listening to Justin Bieber's Journals the other day,
Mhm.
and then he had a song come out with R. Kelly, and I was like, no, I can't do this. I don't know how I can do this.
Yeah, but I feel like R. Kelly is kind of like a stretch. You know what I mean? Like,
He's a stretch of a cheat. He's a wait. Well,
like I
okay,
feel
hold
like
on.
if he's on the like, I don't need to listen to R. Kelly. You know what I mean?
What's a stretch though? What are we talking about?
Like, meaning like
If you
he was
get
doing
canceled, I get canceled too.
meaning
Let's
like
get
he was
canceled
doing
together,
shit.
brother.
He was doing shit for like a long time, so he like deserves to
To
be
get canceled.
where he's at, because he be wild.
Okay,
Not saying
but
that the other people like now deserve it less than he does, but it's like, not at one point was he ever caught doing what he did and was like, yo,
I
my
mean,
bad.
it's not like there's a whole sex tape.
But that's what I'm saying. But there's not a tape where he's like, yo, I did these things, my
There
bad.
is a tape of him doing those things.
No, I'm saying there is no tape of him saying, I did do these things, my bad.
I
There's a tape
mean,
of him
no,
doing
there's
those
no.
things,
Yeah,
but there's no evidence of him saying, like, admitting to it and saying, I fucked up, my bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I mean, I feel like it's. I feel like it's worse with him doing it.
we're saying the same thing. I'm just saying the other half of it. He did do these things, and he's wrong.
Mhm.
But
Disgusting.
out of all of the other people that did things, they also followed that up with like an apology, and like never did any more weird shit.
Michael Jackson never followed up with an apology.
Yeah, but Michael Jackson's like the fucking king of pop. He made fucking Billie Jean.
You can separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
So you can listen
If
to
I care about the art that much, then yeah.
if you can you listen to what's the song called? If you believe I can fly.
I don't need to listen to that song, so I don't.
But if you listen to it, you would still support it?
I mean, if it played
You
like
want to say yes. You want to say
nah.
yes
I
so
mean,
bad, this
I'm just
motherfucker.
saying, like, I don't go to sleep or wake up with that song on my mind.
Chris D'Elia had 2 concerts. Well, no, actually, he had 3 concerts at the Beacon Theater this past fall. Did you go to any of them, or would you have gone to any of them?
I didn't go to any of them. Would I have gone to them? No. because I
You
don't
know,
have an interest in like
I thought that
going
was
to
your
see
boy.
I don't have an interest in going to see a stand-up comic. Like, I'd rather
You
just
wouldn't.
watch it. I'd
You
rather
don't
just
like.
watch it at home or see like TikTok clips about it and shit.
You wouldn't see a stand-up comic in person.
I would. I just don't have an interest in doing it. Like, it's not on my like bucket list of things to do. Like, if I got invited to go, I would go.
Mm.
But would I go out of my way to go and see a stand-up? It could be fucking the
Who's your
funniest
favorite?
person.
Who's your guy right now? Come on, you would give money to see
Uh,
in person, other than me. I'm not saying comment.
um,
I'm just saying.
I like Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is funny.
You like all this? You like all the canceled guys? Okay, heard
Because
you.
they're just funny and they just say a
Heard
bunch
you.
of
Who's your
like
favorite
risky
canceled
stuff.
celebrity right now?
Canceled. I feel like I don't really know a bunch of canceled celebrities.
You know, canceled
Name
celebrity. You
name a
just don't want
couple
to
and I'll
say
be
it.
like name some that you could name and I'll tell you if I fuck with them or not.
Bill Cosby.
That guy's mad old, also in jail, and I didn't grow up watching the Cosby Show, so I
He's
could
not in
like
jail.
kind of
He's out
tell
of
us.
jail.
But aren't
Shane
they looking to get
Gillis.
him for like more stuff?
They're always everybody that's canceled that's in jail that was once in jail that came out. They're looking to get back in jail.
Shane Gillis, I find him to be funny now. So if I found out that he does weird shit, I'd probably be like, well, he does. Comics do weird shit, but he's
Chris
still like
D'Elia.
funny. Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Comedians that are in jail. That might be it.
Yeah.
I might be next.
Comedians get a lot of flack, bro.
If
They get a
I'm next,
lot.
how would you defend me?
Well, this guy's the first thing I'd say would be like, this guy's a weird guy. He just,
Yeah.
I'd be like, when I first met this guy, he was, on the brink of like wanting to
Kill himself.
And well, I wouldn't go that far because I don't want to get flagged. But
fuck that. Let's get flagged.
End his series short. Let's put it like that.
End his series short. Look at you being
a very abrupt ending to a series.
Fuck the Joe Rogan podcast. So you better come up on them. Fuck that shit. I love that.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. What would you say am my suicide death? What would you say am I? What you say? I'm asking you a question.
Do you want this to be able to be posted places?
I would hopefully, yeah. Every audio streaming service and YouTube. How you been? Let's intro the podcast. Do what everybody's remembered from their day.
I kind of don't remember how this thing goes, man. I'm kind of just shooting the shit. I mean, obviously,
do you want me to say it?
Me and you, we're back.
Yes.
Season 2, episode 49. As always, I'm your host.
Motherfucker, remember the number.
Fredo. And I'm also here with
David,
the handsomest man alive, wearing the tightest blazer and loosest shirt you'll ever find as a combo together.
It makes my soda pop out though. Like I know people looking at me.
You look like
it makes my soda pads.
Yeah,
it does. Right?
It's a
soda
power
pads.
It's definitely a power blazer. 100%.
Shoulder pads.
So I don't know if people can tell, but I see a lot of weight gain in your face, in your neck region.
Yeah, bro. Look at this shit. Fucking fat, bro.
That's insane.
Fat, bro.
Fix your waistband. Get it together, dude.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So how? Sorry, I had a bunch of crazy Dominicans go past my window.
Love that. We love that.
How are you doing in that department? How is David David out of college? Yeah. David walking around the world, you know what I'm saying? Just fucking kicking ass and taking names. How's that going?
First, get your drink out. I want to take a shot. I know nobody else is there, but like if anybody's listening, pause this, get your drink out, or resume it. I don't know how this works.
What are you drinking?
It's called a Smirnoff thingy. I don't know. It's a Smirnoff can. I found it at my deli. Don't shake your head at me. I'm trying to be regular.
Get it together,
Listen,
dude.
I want everybody to get whatever they're drinking, right? Post it, get together. This is season 2. We're taking a shot together. My man tells what he's drinking. What are you drinking? Hennessy White.
Yeah,
My guy.
And a little bit of Coke.
You didn't hear that from us. My guy's drinking what he's drinking, and we having a good night. I got my Smirnoff, and this is season 2. We're the only persons in the world to not start off the season on an even number, but it's okay.
Really? Is that a thing?
I feel like I feel like if you're about to go on episode 50, you should start off on episode 50 to start a season 2.
Yeah.
But we're the only thing on this podcast, so we start on episode 49. So fuck that shit.
We'll do whatever the fuck we want around here.
Exactly. You might see a dick on this episode later.
I hope not.
Might
But
be a black one, might be a white one. We'll see. But
high percent chance that it is a white one, not a black one. But I'm hoping it's neither.
But you don't know.
Yeah, you'll never know because anything goes.
Cheers, my brother.
Cheers.
Now, what was your question? Oh,
Yeah,
weight gain. Yeah, weight gain.
Where's your weight gain coming from?
Dude, I didn't know this before I got into one. But the first few months of a relationship, you're instantly demanded to gain 10 pounds. Like, I didn't know that you were going to gain 10 pounds off the rip. Like, I didn't know this was a must you had to do.
I fucking missed that memo, and they must have tripled it because...
Bro, I'm on 20 pounds at this point. I got with my girl back in January.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm in July right now. That's 7 months. Or 6 months.
You're essentially pregnant.
I feel it. I definitely feel it. And it's like, yo, the first few months of any relationship, you're gonna get into a relationship because she always, let's go eat out. Sometimes you're like, bitch, I'm chilling. I just got paid the other day. Like, I'm trying to chill out real quick. But a bitch always want to eat out, and I'm not trying to say bitch to be disrespectful because I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. My bitch knows that bitch don't mean disrespectful. Bitches know that bitches mean safety word. But
bitches,
it's like you know,
it's
crazy. Like you're not trying to. And I'm not trying to. And you get into the relationship and you're in like 6 months and you're eating good. You're eating good. Trust me.
So is she like, does she cook for you? Is she like, I didn't ask that.
Oh, I'm not saying. I thought that you were asking. Go ahead.
That's crazy. Does she cook for you, or do you guys like,
I mean, occasionally, once every blue moon.
What's
the criteria to get me cooked? So if I have a good dick.
This guy's nuts. But what's your favorite thing that she has made that you actually enjoy eating?
They're all burnt.
They're all burnt. This guy's insane. No, for real.
Well, I'm a sucker for pasta. So
pasta's easy though.
I don't care.
Yo, I'm not even.
Hold on. You cook me a good like chicken and pasta. You have I'm gonna get you pregnant next week. Like it's easy work.
I'm not gonna lie.
It don't matter.
when me and Teresa first moved into together, she knows I like have a very deep love for Italian food. I especially love a very good lasagna. And
Right.
I knew it was gonna go downhill when we first moved in together, and she was just like, you know what? I want to make you a lasagna from scratch. Never made it before. Her sisters made it. So she was like, I seen my sister make it, so I'm pretty sure I could do it, no problem. Looked up a recipe. That already right there is a red flag. If you have to look
But
up a recipe for lasagna, fucking crazy.
nah, I feel like
You should not be making lasagna if you have to look up a recipe for lasagna.
it's worse if they have to call a grandmother or a mother. That's even
Nah,
worse.
that's better. That's better.
No,
I'd
that's
rather,
worse. That's how
no,
you
it's
know
not.
you got a
No, it's not.
trapper. That's how you
No,
know
it's
you got a
not.
trapper.
If you go online and look up how to
Nah,
make a
nah. If
lasagna,
you gotta call,
that's
nah,
crazy.
nope, nope, nope. I can't support you on this. If they gotta call
What?
their mother, if they gotta call their mother or their grandmother and be like, "Yo, ma,
I've
grandma."
never met a bad
No, no.
grandmother
If
that
you got,
never
you
could
gotta.
never make a lasagna.
No, that's what I'm saying. Every mother or grandmother knows how to make a lasagna. But if
Yeah.
like if you with your girl, right, and your girl don't know how to make it, and you gotta call your mom, your grandmother, and you gotta get the recipe from them, that's what I'm saying is like the fucking cheat code. It's like you gotta run away because this girl you gotta trap. Because
I'd rather take that than you having to look on a fucking website to figure out how to make lasagna. I'd rather take that.
if you gotta take it from them, run now because you're trapped.
This
You
was
are fucking trapped.
this was red flag number 2. We went to the supermarket to get all of the stuff to make lasagna. I know how to make lasagna. She picked out oven ready pasta.
That's usually a bad sign.
That's a terrible sign.
Yeah.
Somehow she layered this fucking thing, and that shit came out like a fucking like crunchy tacos just layered on top of each other.
Mm.
And I had to like, I'm not gonna lie, I muscled through like 3 bites, and then I just gave her the look. I was just like, never again. Let's never do this again.
Yeah.
Everything
As
else she
usual.
makes, everything else she makes is good.
Oh, you
Great.
said it was bad.
It was fucking. It was like crunchy tacos on top of each other. That's bad.
I like
It's fucking bad.
Once you, I like it. I like country. I'm from the trenches. So like, do you like spam?
Spam is great.
How about to say? I'm from the trenches. So when you say country tacos, that wasn't automatically a bad sign to me. That wasn't. So when you was going in like in deep and depth and shit, I'm like, this doesn't sound that bad. It sounds pretty good.
This lasagna was ass.
Your wife made ass lasagna. Did you tell her? What did you tell her?
This shit is not it.
You told her that?
Yeah, 100%. I'm not gonna lie. What I'm gonna lie? I'm gonna lie.
Because she's your fucking wife and you love her.
I'm gonna lie about one of my favorite foods being fucking fucked up. No, because she knows it's my favorite food, and now if I lie,
lasagna is your favorite food for real?
Yeah, a good
Still
lasagna
to this day. You
it's
can
top,
say it.
It's top 5. It's top 5, and it's not.
Chicken Alfredo is my number 1. If I give me a good,
I like chicken. I like chicken Alfredo, but chicken Alfredo isn't made good everywhere.
If I get me a beautiful bitch that knows that, not beautiful bitch, because that's disrespectful. I'm sorry. Beautiful person that knows how to cook a good chicken Alfredo. Mama! My mom is deaf, so she can't hear me. But if I were to say it, Mama! In my hypothetical hearing world, she would hear me. Perfect. Yeah.
So have you already gone past the stage of like introducing your new significant other to like parents and stuff?
Oh, I had to.
Well,
I mean, I have a bed here. How am I going to dick her down?
There's definitely a joke in there, but I'm not.
No.
This is the first episode back. I'm not gonna go crazy.
No, I mean, yeah, I did because I had a whole graduation. I graduated. Shout out to all my graduations of 2023 and of the past. So I graduated, and I definitely brought my girl to the graduation. So she definitely met my parents. And it's, you know what? Shout out to my, you might not get this, but shout out to my quotas. My quotas is called Child of Deaf Adults.
I know what that means.
Yeah. So when you see your partner talk to your parents for the first time in sign language, it makes your heart grow.
She knows sign language?
She doesn't know. I mean, she knows, but she doesn't know that much. She's learning.
Okay.
She's learning. So I taught her a little bit. I taught her how to say the basics, like "Hi, how are you?" and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see that person say it to your parents, it means a lot. It's like, fuck, I gotta put a baby in you tonight. Like, what's up? Like, you need a baby in you. You can't be talking like that to my parents. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You can't be moving your hands like that to my parents.
Word, like, my parents love you. My grandmother loves you. Like, why aren't you pregnant?
Yeah.
It's on me. It's awesome.
Now you fucking up.
I saw her doing that, and that was like crazy. That was like, yo, yeah, it meant a lot. All my child deaf adults, you know what that means. It means a lot to your significant other. Talk to your parents with sign language. Like, they learned it for you.
Yeah.
So that was like humbling. What was the question?
I got a question. Have you ever gotten cramps doing sign language? Like cramps in your hand? Like, how long can you go having a sign language conversation before
I can go 10 minutes. I always, you know what? I loved my favorite clip of this podcast is when we used to record back in the day with your brother. And remember that infamous thing where Christian was like, he said something, and it's like, my parents is deaf, and he all that.
Yeah.
And then, like, that whole fucking thing
that shit
is
really
funny.
took him left. That shit took him left.
No, you know what gets to me is your ass. Your ass is over here being like, oh, no, I thought it was good because I told them we should do this as subtitles. Like, that meant anything. That don't mean shit. But that was,
I said that?
You did say that. Like,
it was a different time.
Oh, I thought we should have done, you know what I told him? We should have done this as subtitles so he'd be okay. Yo, that was nah, yeah, I did that. I love that. I don't take anything personally. I love you and Christian from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
But that shit was funny as fuck to me.
Yeah, we were definitely onto something back then.
That goes down in the history book. I'm trying to make a whole thing in our like Instagram page of like the Anything Goes podcast classic votes series.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to record us like talking about things in our past because I feel like we have a lot of funny videos from our past.
We definitely do.
That if we look back at it now, we either might agree with or we might not agree with.
Nah, like, yeah, we could definitely do that.
I feel like in 20 weeks, whatever we say today, we might not argue with at all. But that's just how it works. We didn't agree with anything 20 weeks ago.
Opinions change every day.
Exactly, yeah. And that's what I love about us. Fuck the Anything Goes podcast by Emily Chamberlain. Because she stole our name. Or we stole her name, but I fuck her anyways.
Now, if that gets trademarked, we're super fucked.
Nah. What does that even mean, getting a trademark?
The name?
What is your favorite movie of 2023?
My favorite movie of 2023? That's fucking easy, dude. Show you right now.
I know it's easy. I could tell your minds right now.
I had to do it, boy.
That's that
easily.
Yeah.
Insane.
That is about now. For our guests that are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you can get your podcast.
Oh, I have Miles Morales Crocs.
Oh,
movie of the year is 100%. What is it? Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse. That movie is the best movie of the year.
I understand that I have like an extreme bias, like
Extreme bias. Oh no.
extreme.
Extreme bias isn't even the word. It's
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
know
even. It's
what's
not even a
above
word.
extreme, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah. Whatever's above that, that's 100% what I am. But
Yeah.
the acting, the voice acting in that movie was great. The
Mhm.
nostalgia of that movie hit. The countless different animation styles being on one screen at one time was fucking insane. The soundtrack, 9 out of 10.
Amazing. Metro.
Soundtrack,
Metro.
Metro Boomin killed that shit. And it definitely eclipsed the first soundtrack because really that one Post Malone song really carried that entire soundtrack. There were a
First
few.
movie.
The first movie. There were a
Yeah.
lot of songs in that soundtrack that I actually liked, but that
That
Post Malone,
is that your way of saying Post Malone better than Travis Scott?
it's not. But that one song definitely carried that first soundtrack for the movie. But Metro Boomin came in and was just like, "Yo, bro, I'm making a banger after banger after banger after banger. All those songs on that soundtrack is elite. Elite
He did.
production, elite vocals, elite fucking everything, all the way around. That album, just the soundtrack by itself is a 10 out of 10.
What's your favorite song?
Uh Hummingbird is good with James Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Coil Ray, the song that Coil Ray had.
Surprise! It's so
No, no,
fucking
no, 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 no,
surprising.
no, 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 no. I honestly, when they because they put that song out just before the movie came out, I fucking hated that song.
Yeah.
Hated it with a fucking passion. Then the movie came out, and I saw the movie, and the song is in the movie, obviously, and like it just fit. It fit the theme of the movie. It fit what the characters were like, kind of going through, and it once you see the visual with what the song is trying to tell or portray, it kind of like it changes it for me. So
It's a good song.
I actually, yeah, it is a good song.
It's the one Coley Ray song that's not terrible.
No, I mean she's got a couple songs that are good.
No,
Not nothing, not nothing that I have on repeat, but she got some good stuff. But yeah, the song by James Blake is good. What else?
No, she got some terrible shits on that album.
I'm trying to look up the soundtrack right now. I have it fucking saved.
She got breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking fucking news. She has the one song by Nav that I don't want to kill myself to.
That song wasn't my favorite either.
It's not my favorite. It's not. Hold on. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. I don't want to kill myself to
Yeah.
it. You ever heard? You heard "Calling" by Sway Lee and Nav?
Yeah, that song is a top 5.
It's not bad, but I don't want to kill myself.
I'm a big Nas fan, so the Nas Morales song, that is just Nas on the song. I love that song.
You're a Nas fan?
Big Nas fan.
You should go see my Barclays Center with Wu-Tang Clan. Shout out to them. Pre-advertising.
Am I Dreaming? The A$AP Rocky song. Crazy.
Love that song.
Crazy.
That's the one that
they played it at the end. In the end.
That's the first song on the yeah. That's the first credit song. I like that song. It's a good one.
Yeah. Annihilate is good too with Sway Lee, Lil Wayne, and Offset.
Sway Lee just has a place on every single fucking Spider-Man soundtrack, apparently.
Yo.
He's just always there.
He was on what, like 2-3 songs on this?
He was on.
I feel like he was on like every. I feel like he was on like every song, but yeah, that I feel like that movie is fucking. I mean, until I get to see fucking. How do you say it? Oppenheimer. I've been saying Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. That's literally how you say it.
Oh, my wife told me it's Oppenheimer. I think it's Op.
You say no wife's an elitist?
Excuse me?
You saying your wife is an elitist,
I don't even know what that means.
like fancy and like
She's
up
mad bougie.
up on that
My wife.
top level of like life of elite
Yeah,
bougie
my wife is
all
mad
that
uppity,
shit.
yo. Mad uppity.
Uppity.
But yeah,
I love my nah, man. I wish my wife was here right now. I love how you looked around like, yo, did she hear me? Or
I heard the
nah, I
door
can't.
when I said that shit. I heard the door open. But
That was funny.
yeah,
That was
until I get to see that, and there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen that I should have seen.
Did you see
Uh,
Joyride yet?
Joyride.
No. That was a good movie. You should really see it. It was a good
Did you
comedy.
watch a show that I really enjoyed? Like, I don't know if you consider it a show or whatever, but it was on Netflix. Beef.
I did see Beef. I did
That
see
fucking show, whatever that fuck that shit is mad good. Beef was amazing.
What drew you to it? Because that's not like a popular
The actors.
Really?
Yeah.
You know one guy is caught up for being a rapist? David Cho, he played the
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. His like
the-
cousin with like all the money
yeah,
and
like
the drugs and shit.
yeah, he's caught up in that shit.
Yeah.
But how'd you get caught up in that show? For real though, that's not a popular-
there was a point in time before it was coming out that it just kept popping up on my Instagram all the time before it actually premiered. So yeah, I like what's his name, Steven Yuan, however you
that
say
is
it.
literally his name. Yes, Stephen Ewan. Yeah,
I like him. Obviously, he was Glenn in Walking Dead. My
I
favorite
didn't know
character.
that.
My favorite character in that whole shit. He also voices Invincible for the Invincible cartoon on Amazon Prime.
Did you know that show's coming back season 2? With
Yeah, and I can't wait. I've been fucking like
drugged up.
shit.
The only thing about it is that it's coming back season 2 multiverse, which I feel like everyone, it's not only me. There's like many people out there that are saying that they consider multiverse played out at this point because everybody's doing it. Spider-Man did it. Well, I mean, literally,
whatever
the Flash did it.
Whatever Marvel is doing,
DC.
Whatever Marvel is doing, it's in the process of doing that, right? So it's kind of, it started with the Spider-Man movie, and now it's happening in the fucking
DC Spider-Verse,
the Spider-Verse stuff.
Everybody's literally doing
it definitely is a phase. The only reason DC is doing it is because, James Gunn has taken over that entire studio, and he wants to revamp the whole thing. So that's kind of the only way it makes sense to kind of restart that entire universe. But
I mean, you could do it without. He's not. Well, I'm going to defend DC. He's not using multiverse to expand a DC universe.
He's using it to restart it.
He's not. He's not using multiverse at all.
He is.
No, he's not. The Flash was done before he even got involved with the studio.
Yeah, but he literally said, we're gonna use this movie to restart the DC universe. Out of his mouth, he said that.
He's saying, he's literally out of his mouth. It was the Spider-Man is the first with the characters, and the Blue Beetle, which comes out next month. Shout out to Blue Beetle because it's the first Latino full Hispanic character, and I'm Latino and you are too, so you should see it in theaters. He's saying that's the first active character, but he's not using the Flash or anything before that to be part of his DC universe. That was all done before him, before you even got involved in DC. That was
again. We're saying the same thing, brother.
No, I'm defending DC because I feel like you're too Marvel. I got to defend DC.
I didn't say nothing against DC. I'm just saying exactly what it is that he said. But
that's not what he said.
Yeah, it is. Like word for word. It is.
I'm missing a couple words. How would he say?
Okay. But yeah, so in order to kind of get a fresh start, it's good that he's, gonna they're giving him like a clean slate to kind of figure out what he wants to do. I mean, James Gunn is a good, very great director. He's good with building storylines around these very established characters and stuff like that. So, or he's also good with taking lesser known characters and making them feel very established.
The Guardians.
Especially what he did with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Being Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'd give that movie like a fucking 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 on a good day or whatever.
You saw it? I actually didn't see it.
Yeah, I seen it and it was amazing.
What's your favorite moment of 2023?
As far as what? Movies, music, or
not necessarily movie and music, just literally anything in general. I'll tell you mine if you don't, and maybe that'll inspire yours.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anything that has to do with Hunter Biden. You know Hunter Biden?
I know what you're talking about, but
looking at the view on your face right now, my man's had the look of like, this guy is for real.
Yeah, I didn't expect that for you to say that, but please continue. I would love to know why.
Because he is the son of the president, and he's a crackhead that fucks with Russian prostitutes that has his laptop filled with a whole bunch of different shit and is doing all this. Like, how are you not fascinated by the son of the president who's fucking with Russian prostitutes, doing a whole bunch of drugs, and his laptop is filled with A through Z of a whole bunch of debauchery? Like, that fascinates the fuck out of me. Like, I want to see his, like, I would pay $100 with 100 single cash straight up to be like, yo, I would want to watch your fucking laptop, which is side note. How much has you ever spent at one time for one thing, and your wedding doesn't count?
How much have I ever spent for one time at one thing?
Your wedding doesn't count. Nothing regarding your wedding counts.
Probably shoes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
How much? 700?
700, $800. Probably the only thing bigger than that is probably like buying a TV, but that's like, TVs are expensive. You know what I mean?
Mine's $480 for not prostitute. I want to say prostitute. Wow. That was crazy. That's crazy.
That's really crazy.
Stripper.
$480 for a stripper? Like,
yeah, it was
just by yourself.
Yeah, man, I went to Queen's Palace. Shout out Queen's Palace, right under the Queen's Bridge. You heard of vibes?
That sounds dirty. That sounds dirty. That sounds like a no good spot.
No, you don't want to go there.
You said once you said Queen's Bridge, I was just like, I'm pretty sure there's homeless people that live under the Queen's Bridge.
No. She wasn't homeless, but Shorty had to see her kids after work. So I felt bad. So she's like, I gotta take care of Philadelphia. Her father's in jail. She's not paying anything. And I was like, I bet. Here, take an extra 80, 180. You got it real quick. Nah, she ran me up for 450.
I feel like you let yourself get ran up for 450.
I did, because she said I felt bad. Have you ever had a stripper dance on you and talk about her kids?
No.
Yeah. Well, you don't. But imagine if I'm talking to everybody else that have been at a strip club and had a stripper ran up on them, dance, swing your ass cheeks in between your dick, and be like, yo, ba 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 ba. If you want this real quick, give me an extra 150 for my kids so they can go to daycare tomorrow night. What you gonna say? No, I'm there.
I feel like
I gotta,
you took that as I gotta do the Lord's work right now. Like
I
this
got an
is
ass cheek
giving back.
squeezing in between my dick. I got my phone in my pocket. I'm feeling good. I got my orange juice and Tito's in my side right here. I'm like, you know what, real quick?
Damn, you were cocktailed up.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna do what God should have done 30 minutes ago. And I'm gonna do it for the Lord. And I made sure the kids went to daycare. Now, did she lie to me? Probably. Did her kids go to daycare? Probably not.
Hopefully.
They probably didn't. But things happened that night. I didn't fuck. I wish I did.
What's wrong?
I
with
wish I did.
For,
I don't know.
For 450, you could have got something. I would have been there and be like, yo, 450, I'm leaving here with something, yo.
Oh my God, trust me. I know a spot where I could have gotten it for 450. That just wasn't the night that night.
Yeah, you weren't on that. You weren't in that side of town.
No. We talking about Hunter Biden. What was Hunter Biden doing that night? He was crazy. He was balling. He was over
I
here.
don't know.
You saw him? He was cracked up on them laptops. It's like, we're not talking about me. We're talking about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden was over here cracked up on his laptop. What you think about Hunter Biden?
Sounds like you were sitting right next to him.
No, not me. I would never. But Hunter Biden, though, that man was cracked up on a laptop. How you think about the son of your president being hacked up on a laptop?
You know, someone asked me today, and they were like, "Yo, do you vote?" And I was just like, "Nah." And they were just like, "Why? Why not, man? You should like vote."
You've never
You know what I'm
voted
saying?
in your life?
No, I didn't. I never fucking voted. What the fuck am
Really?
I mean, I feel like we spoke about this on the podcast before, but
We
you
spoke
know,
a lot of things. I feel like nobody's remembered.
The importance of voting. Voting when you can vote, whether that's for the next commander in chief or fucking person that, you know, sits behind a chair and gets to say who gets health care or not. But you know, me personally, I could give two shits. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, get ready for work, be at work, and then come home. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, sir.
If it's not, I mean, I understand the decisions that these people make could affect like my future or like my tax or like when I decide to buy a home, if they're gonna like like property tax and shit, like or whatever they control. I try not to like pay attention to that and be like, hey, can I just afford to buy a house when I have the money? Yes, I can. So then I'm gonna buy a house. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think, you know, voting is cool for people that, you know, understand it and feel like they get real, you know, power from it. But I just don't feel like when I go into a booth and select a couple of names that I feel like could affect some change, that they're really going to affect some change for me. You know what I mean?
The reason why I voted was because, like, I think I voted with the people. Like, I voted for Biden, but I never thought I was going to do anything. Like, what the fuck is our votes going to really do?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, we're two pieces of shits. We're two pieces of shits.
Yeah.
What is our votes going to do? On the road.
And if my vote like really changed something, like my vote really has to change something drastically. You know what I'm saying? Not just change the person that's going to be speaking directly to us every couple of months for the next 4 years.
I gotta ask you a question. I'm new to this relationship thing. You are knee deep into it. Going into it.
Knee deep is crazy.
Knee deep is crazy. I realized that as I was doing it. I'm like, yo, even, you know. Is sex toys in relationship weird?
Come again?
Like sex toys. Like if you fucking your girl.
Oh, sex toys.
Yeah, what you think?
It's sex in two ways. I thought that's what you said. But
Oh,
sex toys, sex toys is not
yeah,
my thing.
sex toys. You never, you
I
never
can't get
been
behind
like,
it.
you never been like fucking a girl, and then she like brought her like a whole ass dildo, and they wanted to stuff
No.
it in herself, not you. Let me finish. In herself, and then you was fucking her as the dildo was going inside of her, not you. Her.
No.
No.
Never.
Okay. Let me tell you the other side of it. What if she was doing it as you was fucking her? Like you wasn't even real. Like you didn't even realize that she was doing it, and she, she went under the mattress and she just pulled out a random old big black dildo, and then she put it in her pussy. Bang! What would you do?
That wouldn't happen.
You pull it out?
But if it did, and I seen this fucking batarang come out of nowhere of a dildo, I'm getting out of there quick.
Why?
Because fuck that.
Because why?
Because I'm not. I'm good with this good old fashioned thrashing. You know what I mean? I don't need.
But there's a difference between you
I don't
being
need.
good with it.
I don't need any accessories.
Because my girl's done it before. She's pulled out a whole ass, not a dildo. Let's go vibrator.
Okay. Some people
And
people are into that. I mean, that's not.
some
I'm not gonna.
people.
I'm not
She's
gonna
never used it
sit
on.
here. I'm not gonna sit
She's
here and say
never
that it's
used it.
weird. I'm not gonna
She's
sit here and
never
say that
used
it's
it on
weird.
me. She's never used it on me. I want it out there. She's never used it on me.
Thank God.
But she's used it on herself. Like we was in
Mhm.
the middle of fucking. We was having sexual intercourse. Like the good people in this world do. Shout out to all my good people. You know the vibes. 8055239. I just threw out a random number. I don't know. But she pulled out her thing, and she was like, "Use this. Can I use this?" And I was like, "Yeah." You gotta put your little vibrato vibe in there. You can't just use your regular voice for your fucking. You gotta. Yeah. What's your sex voice?
Just my voice. It's
Nah,
just like it's just like a
letting
little.
it.
I
You're
sound like
making it
Batman.
weird.
I sound
You're
like
making
Batman
it.
a little bit.
You're making it weird now. You let too much time pass by.
How am I making it weird? I'm trying to figure it out.
No,
Voice just
you gotta go
changed.
straight to it.
It just it gets very.
You
Nah,
gotta go straight to it.
you right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the vibe, man. Come on now.
Vibe
You
or
know
what? We're not having sex with each other.
No, we're trying to get into the vibe of the sex voice.
But yeah, it gets. I feel like all guys try to do the like sex voice, and it just comes out sounding like horny Batman.
Horny Batman. Yeah, you trying to get into the vibe, and they pull out the whole
Oh,
dildo and
yeah.
they stick it all the way up their pussy, and you're like, oh shit, that shit is all the way up there. Now where do I stick my dick?
You're very explicit tonight, dude.
Yeah, this is episode. We back, bro. Season 2.
There's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of editing for you.
Editing for what? We're not trying to get on PBS. The fuck out of here.
We're trying to stay on YouTube.
Fuck that. What's YouTube? Elon Musk, Zuckerberg. I don't know. Who the fuck?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. They're all trying to edit each other out.
Yo,
Who
if Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg were to fight, who do you think will win?
Zelon. I feel like he could take a punch. I don't think Mark could take a punch.
Mark is like a
See, here's
like
the thing.
judo champion.
That's
Jiu-jitsu.
cool and all. That's
Jiu-jitsu.
cool and all. Yeah, jiu-jitsu. I think Mark is good at like.
Yeah, he's
like
he's a
this was
jiu-jitsu like champion.
But I feel like here's the thing. He would have to take him on the ground. Like Mark would have to take Elon onto the ground.
Yeah, but I don't think Elon is like trained in fighting.
He's not. He's not. And here's the thing: is Mark trained to take a punch? Like actually take a punch?
Mark
Like
is
a
trained.
punch.
Mark is like trained to choke a nigga out.
Is he to take a punch?
I don't know about taking a punch, but he's trained to
I think Mark.
kick
If Mark takes a punch,
kick
he
you
will
in
go
your
down.
head or choke you to death.
I think if Mark takes a punch, he will go down. He will kiss the
think-
ground, and he will wake up at 8 a.m. the next morning with a Dunkin' sausage, egg and cheese in his grabs, with an orange juice. He will be asleep. He will be slept. Mark will
like-
fuck. Zion will fuck him up. I hope I get a free Twitter fucking sponsorship from this.
I feel like
But
Elon.
Elon will
I feel like
fuck
Elon
him
would throw
up.
like one of those lazy like Florida
Zion will
white dad.
fuck him in the ass if he wanted to.
Super aggressive, dude.
You
But
gotta say it. You just gotta say it. But at one time,
I feel like Elon would throw like a super lazy like Florida dad punch, and Mark would just like slip that shit and just throw a roundhouse kick and just fuck his whole circuit up.
I can't see it.
Crack his motherboard in half.
If the fight was on the ground, then I'm giving it to Mark Zuckerberg all day. I would do it. But before it gets to the ground, I think Zelon would fuck him up easily. I think Zelon is a better striker, and that's all that is needed. I think if they're standing up 1-on-1, I'm with you right here, right now. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm giving it to Zelon easily, without doubt. What happened? Oh, I can't see. It's Zelon. That's what I'm giving it to. But if it's on the ground,
you're like an underdog story. That's what it is.
I am an underdog story. I came from deaf adults. I came from 2 deaf adults. I'm a child. I'm an underdog. I'm going for the underdog. But
I feel like there's more
there's
to
more
being
to
more to being an underdog than like having deaf parents. Are they also like they're deaf, but they're also
there.
not
Go
mute.
ahead. Go ahead. Say
They're deaf. No. What you mean? Like they're deaf,
I
but
don't
they're also not mute, right? Like they could speak.
They could speak.
Yeah. So we are now getting into some very reminiscent territory. We haven't done it in a while, but I want to see or know if you still got it in you to give the people some motivation to go about their weeks or week until the next episode, because I'm very positive before we go on another break, we will give you at least another 50 episodes. Bare minimum. But we promise to never leave you this long again.
Never.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been long overdue. But David, can you please bless our listeners with David's quotes?
Your reality is your reality. And that's all that matters. No matter what sound you hear, no matter what you see, whatever you live in, it's what you live in. David's quotes.
That was good. Definitely a solid one for our first one back. And
I hope so.
Yeah, you killed that. I like the subtle pauses in between. It really gave it some drama.
I tried. My brother.
Yeah, hopefully that's gonna, keep some people alive until next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Keep the people going.
That's all we do. If we kill you, then it's our fault. My bad. Put that in the funeral.
Hopefully that's not the case. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been a real one. David, please let them know where they can find you.
Damn, it's been a while.
I ain't gonna lie. That felt good.
David Angelo 97 on Instagram. Yeah, I can find me on Twitter, Dave Angelo 97. Follow the Anything Goes podcast, Anything Goes podcast. Like when we're gonna come at you stronger, man. Like for real, we've been away for a while now. It's been a while now, but
Yeah, and I got a lot of ideas for us to kind of keep it fresh and kind of do some extra stuff.
I,
Uh,
me too.
so we're definitely we're gonna be coming at you with a bunch of different
Literally, figuratively.
avenues.
Listen, this we've been away for almost a year, but we're gonna come back at you strong. Like I know it's not just gonna be episodes. It's gonna be stuff on top of the episodes. We're gonna come at you strong.
Coming at you strong, coming at you hard.
This channel means everything to me, and we're gonna make it. And it's gonna.
Every,
You'll see it.
everything to me too. Uh,
You'll
don't have
see
much
it.
of a social media presence, but I'll be watching, I'll be reacting. You know what I'm saying? But you guys can also find me at Fredo Medina on Instagram. And you can also follow the Anything Goes podcast on there. You'll get links to wherever your streaming platforms will allow you to listen to us. I had to get that burp out of there. Sorry. And don't forget to like, comment, share. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your aunt I love her. And yeah, follow the Anything Goes podcast, and we will catch you on the next one.
Love you.
Love you guys. Missed you guys.